Starfield destroyed Bethesda. In fact, it did more. It destroyed the hopes of the fan base that Bethesda is ever gonna make anything good. Because let's face it, after seeing Starfield, not a lot of people had any hopes that Bethesda is not complete dog water at this point. Honestly, the funniest part about Starfield is if Microsoft waited just a little bit longer, they could have probably bought Bethesda for $4 billion instead of 8, because who the hell is gonna pay $8 billion for Starfield? Well, Microsoft did, but you get the point. This is sad.
Starfield came out nearly 3 years ago, and I've been wanting to revisit and see if the game has fixed any of its issues from launch. I've had this long-running theory that...
No. The answer to that is an absolute easy, obvious no. If it did, people would be starting to play it. If it did, then every every 275 out of 276 videos about that come out about Starfield every day would be not negative.
Starfield came out at the worst possible time. It was sandwiched between Baldur's Gate 3 and the Phantom Liberty DLC. Both of these were very critically acclaimed for their RPG and story elements.
Are we still gonna have this antiquated, stupid opinion of, oh, if there's a good game that comes out and then there's another game that comes out that no one's gonna buy the second game? ADIQ doing overdrive. Wow, what an opinion.
Starfield, on the other hand, was a Bethesda game. It was meant to be a great RPG and narrative in a world that was exciting to explore. I mean, that's what Bethesda wanted the game to be. It didn't really land there, though. We ended up with
a great RPG and a Bethesda game haven't been mixing up for the past 10 years.
Semi-fun narrative, set in a plethora of empty worlds, gated by countless loading screens and jank. Well, it's been nearly 3 years since its launch, and I've been getting an urge to revisit this game. There have been a number of quality of life updates and expansions, so I'm excited to see, with a clean gaming palette, has Starfield improved, or is it still stuck in that limbo of what could be?
Gee, I wonder which one it's gonna be.
Before we start this video, I just want to reiterate that I had no problem with Starfield's world and narrative, or even its setting. I was really excited for those types of things. The issue that
Wait, what? Oh, maybe he means he didn't have a problem of these things in a very broad sense, because Starfield's setting is stupid. Starfield's world is even worse, and the third thing is probably also bad.
Had on launch, and I'm wondering if they've made these things better, is all the other things, the UI, the constant load screens, the just vapid worlds. Have they addressed this after almost 3+ years? This is the goal of the video. This is what I'm hoping to find.
Oh
so,
boy.
without any more delay, let's get into it. Okay, it's been a while. Let's start a new game. One of the biggest reasons I've been craving to come back to play this game was my reading of the Expanse series over the summer. So to save time, I just made James Holden.
Oh Jesus. No, you don't read or watch The Expanse and then go into Starfield and be like, oh boy, I hope this itches that Expanse itch. No, that's a way to hurt yourself.
In character customization and gave him my mustache. I gave him the traits I presumed James Holden would have: former hauler, space sheriff, captain. I start up in the mining tutorial. I'm forced to do this, so bear with me. Immediately we come across a cave-in and a secret artifact that takes me on a super mind-bending trip. I come out of the trip and I'm greeted by my manager and work bestie, saying I've been out a while and an organization called Constellation has an interest in these artifacts and are coming to take it off our hands. This man and Starfield's best interpretation of TARS come waddling over and say, hey man, how was the trip? Mid-convo, space pirates show up and I single-handedly take them off.
Just the intro of Starfield was when a lot of people figured out, holy shit, this game is shit. Because every single intro in a Bethesda game is pretty fast. It's pretty straight to the point. Starfield sets you up in a cave. And granted, honestly, your character creation is quite well done in that sense that, you know, it's like you have, oh, let's check if you have amnesia. Do you recognize yourself in the mirror, you monkey? And it's like, I do. It's a pretty good way to hide a character creator. I'll give them that. That's probably like one of the two things that I can ever say good about Starfield. But the whole intro scene is still absolute shit. Because, I mean, you're just AFK listening to these people talk, and they add so much useless garbage. Like, did you know that miners are called dusties in this universe? It never matters. It literally never matters. No one cares that miners are called dusties in this universe. Why do you even have miners? You got fucking Roombas with knives for arms. Like can't you attach pickaxes or some shit there? Like what are we talking about here? Why do you even have to have dusties? It's so stupid. And a lot of this is never brought up again because I mean, why would it be, right?
all down, but no one seems to acknowledge that for some reason, so they are convinced the pirates will keep coming. So Barrett, the man from Constellation, gives me Tars and his ship, which is notably the second time I've been given a giant ship just for
the watch that he gives you also literally does nothing. It was just there for 5 seconds, so Bethesda can sell you the founder's bundle with the watch inside and it does nothing. It's just great. It's like, hey, this game doesn't have a pit boy, but I mean, here's a fucking watch. It's great.
Shooting some pirates. But as they say in San Diego, a free ship is a free ship. Barrett wants me to leave while he stays and deals with the continuing pirate problem. I head off to space and deal with my first notable loading screen.
Barrett actually stays because he's now a miner at that place because Lucy Lou could not afford losing a miner or a dusty, as they say. That's what happened. Barrett's not dealing with any type of problem. Barrett just decided to go back in history and experience something.
Get the basic how-tos on ship piloting. I don't know if ship handling got revamped, but this feels easier than I remember. Not as clean as something like No Man's Sky, but maybe that is just too easy to compare to. We are then ushered to a planet to root out the source of these pirates, where I rediscover two things. One, this is a big, open, vast nothingness with a random point of interest in the middle. And two, I spend way too long looting, so I'll need to consciously not loot this run. I get through this building much faster than I did on launch based on this rule. As I leave the facility, a man in a cool helmet greets me, telling me he will be confiscating everything I have. I say no, sir, and somehow that works. The issue is he has a cool helmet, so I shoot him for it. The bigger problem was he didn't drop
Wait, that actually works?
said helmet. This was a major disappointment. I finish off the last pirate with my last bit of ammo and I head to Constellation's home.
Yeah, that seems about right because you see the guns that you get at the start of the game have so little pea shooter damage that you're wishing for the glory days of Fallout 3, the BB gun, and the rad roaches, because that is such a better experience than this. Because you literally can shoot... You need to shoot a whole 50 bullets in your average level 1 pirate enemy to down them.
I finish off the last pirate with my last bit of ammo and I head to Constellation's home base in the city of Jemison. Quick editing interlude. For some reason I keep referring to New Atlantic City as Jemison. Jemison's the planet. It's New Atlantic City though. Don't know why I did this. Late night script writing is the bane of me, I guess. Second issue, I refer to the ship's cost as 15K. It's 25K. Also don't know why I did this. Just keep that in mind going forward. Back to the video. A very sleepy woman greets me at arrival and mentions how famous I am, which is weird since I'm just a miner. I pass her by to experience a mob of people chatting ahead. I want to feel immersed, so I try to go into first-person mode, but I accidentally punch one of them and it turns out the city has a shoot-on-sight policy. I'm holding my ground surprisingly well until I black out, and it turns out it was all a dream.
Hey, you're finally awake.
That would have been the probably best outcome, honestly, for everyone.
I really love exploring modern open-world cities. They're always expansive and teeming with things to do. Jemison from a glance looks the part of a city, but I've always felt like the novelty of this large city was ruined by the loading screen segmenting it. I have a similar gripe with Neon. I meet this cool-looking Halo Reach character at a bar. He's giving he wants to be cooler than he actually is, peaked in high school.
Wait, what? Wait, your problem with this city is the fact that it's split. Bruh, listen. This city looks like garbage. It's not even a city. You can't even see the buildings, and you see the buildings, you understand that there's nothing there. It doesn't matter that there's a loading screen here. This place is ass. I have no idea which defective 5-year-old child from Make-A-Wish got to design this city, but I wish they didn't allow him to, because this city is just ass. It is fundamentally just completely garbage.
Screen segmenting it. I have a similar gripe with Neon. I meet this cool looking Halo Reach character at a bar, he's giving he wants to be cooler than he actually is, peaked in high school energy, and then abruptly ends our convo as an aura farming move. This annoys me tremendously, so I guess it worked, and I head to my mission, Constellation HQ. This is where I meet Daenerys Targaryen, and I get some pretty bad dialogue.
How do you even... Okay, listen, you don't you dare... Every game has to have a mandatory Riri Williams, I am a smart black scientist, woman, hear me roar character, okay? It is what it is. It is illegal to not have one of those, so obviously they also have, okay? And saying that there's only one bad point of dialogue means that you're probably not listening to dialogue. Also, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm officially inducted into Constellation, blah blah blah. Danny joins my team and I'm about done with the tutorial at this point. I want to check out the revamps. I notice immediately as I look to leave the city that in fact there is a change to the map system. There's a surface map that actually holds detail. This is a good sign, but accessing it is already starting to
This is why they didn't want to put maps in the game, because look at this. This is all this fucking shitty plant is. This is all this city is. Look at this. You have like one rando building and there's like this and this. Disappointment.
annoy me, and moving around on it, at least on controller, feels horrible. This will be a reoccurring issue. Before I leave, I talk to the shipman and he mentions a vehicle for 15K. I don't remember this option previously. I declined the offer, but am curious about this. Is this new?
Yes. Sadly.
I'm officially in inquisitive mode. I get to a space station where I need to slay some foes, but quickly notice there's no minimap or surface map for stations. Now, before you come at me with, why would a space station you've never visited have some form of easily accessible map? This game is set in 2330. We are a spacefaring civilization with very advanced technology. Why can't I have a mini-map of any sorts? I don't need to have an already filled out map, but in a game where the space station basically looks the same throughout, broadly speaking, since the hallways are universally the same, and in a game where looting and swapping—
Oh Jesus, he actually found Starfield's biggest problem in this second station. That's some good pattern recognition right there. So the reason Starfield is so bad is because there's not enough RNG tile sets for the AI to actually make places that look different. Okay, I have been yapping about this for a lot, but I mean, look at this, okay? This is your typical Starfield location, and this is going to be every single location except caves, but even caves manage to look the same, okay? You're going to have this, you're going to have some kind of tarp somewhere, you're going to have a container, you're going to have something in the middle of the, like, every single building looks the same and feels the same, as in, it just has a bunch of fucking boxes in it for no apparent reason, and there's a lot of things on the wall, okay? There's always gonna be, like, look at this, okay? So there's this red thing here, which makes kind of sense, I guess, but then there's a pipe going here, there's this thing going out of the ceiling, there's a ventilation duct there, there's more of that there, again, it's like, Bethesda previously couldn't have any decoration. And with Starfield, they're like, the internet knows us to have things. And, well, they added things. They added too many things. There's, on the outside of every building, there's pretty much like an AC unit and two clicks that away when you move your head, there's another AC unit. It is ridiculously bad, okay?
Come at me with, why would a space station you've never visited have some form of easily accessible map? This game is set in 2330. We are a spacefaring civilization with very advanced technology throughout, broadly is incentivized, having a resource that can let me know where I've been and not yet explored would help out a lot. At this point, I'm starting to get frustrated with the game. We're only—
And by the way, I think not even real humans made these maps because, so look at this for location, for example. You have a basic fucking trolley or whatever the hell this is supposed to be. And it's surrounded by stairs. There's stairs here. You can literally see it. There's stairs there. There's stairs there. It's not like it's a uniform level where you can even use this shit. So what is the point of it? Also, there's again, look at this. There's some kind of, I don't know. There's some kind of fucking wall pieces here. There's some kind of garbage here. There's more garbage here. There's more of that. They're like, what? Everything is full with garbage. Every single location is just full with random shit. I hate it so much.
Explored would help out a lot. At this point, I'm starting to get frustrated with the game. We're only at like hour 2 of my return, but unfortunately this isn't the end of my map problems. I loosely keep following the main storyline and end up on Mars, where I persuade a barkeep, very easily might I say, to tell me the details on my quest target's disappearance. I don't remember speccing into persuasion skills, but I must have since these—
I absolutely love the persuasion here. I actually thought that this could be one of the good parts of the game. That this could be cool because, you know, you need to listen to what a character says because they have a unique personality and shit. Yeah, needless to say, I was absolutely wrong. But the first time I saw a persuasion check, I was like, whoa, okay, this guy said this. This means that he likes this, so I can take this option right here and it's gonna be right. And I click it and it's wrong because you see this shit. You see this? You see that right there? That has absolutely nothing to do with the character, their position, their age, their anything. It's just a roll of the dice. It's easier to roll a 2 than a 4 and a 4 than a 6. You just need to click one of them and you're rolling the dice. That's it. There's nothing. A person can literally tell you that they hate evil, and then you see a persuasion check that says +6, and it's and the text is evil is actually good, fam. And they're like, yeah, that checks out actually. And that's the persuasion system. It is abysmal. It is the saddest thing ever.
Must-have since these checks seem fairly easy. I discovered that lockpicking seems familiar, and I've either gotten smarter since the last time I played this game, or lockpicking got easier, as these take a fraction of the time they used to.
I'm leaning on it was probably made easier.
I get a familiar side quest from a spunky merchant to go check on his late
Probably because the lockpicking was... It's cool. It's cooler than any other game that Bethesda has ever made, honestly. But it is more annoying because it's actually harder. Okay, when you have 20 options and it's you get used to it because again there's like only literally 3 patterns in the lockpicking mechanic, but you don't encounter the lockpicks enough, so you actually kind of forget about them most of the time. So it takes longer for you to learn to instantaneously solve them.
Merchandise. I note the surface map for the city is also here. Cool. I follow the merchant's directions to his lost spaceship, and I begin to see what that 15k ship's purpose was. Without enhanced boost pack capabilities, walking a few kilometers on a planet's surface is extremely void and boring. I will make sure when I return to pick that up.
Now, granted, it's still extremely void and boring, even if we're talking about the actual thing.
Immediately. I wrap that quest, and before I head back to Jemison, I get an urge to explore Earth, to see if I can find ruins of our past civilization.
Okay. Well, let's check what's happening at the 10-hour mark. That should be good, right?
And then continue with the main storyline of the game, rescuing Barrett and my BFF Miner from the capture of space pirates. I will say, telling myself I shouldn't loot that much really skims like 60% of the mission time off.
I vividly remember a lot of these quests being a lot more drawn out, but with this no looting
I didn't even get that part, Jesus.
rule set, they've been significantly streamlined.
I find Barrett with a bunch of high-ranking Crimson Fleet members just chatting. I asked them if they could pretty please just let Barrett go, and for the
I wonder if you can actually just start shooting them and that would be fine. Because not a single NPC in this game can be killed.
Third time now, that works. They seem more leveled and geared than me, so I don't reenact the scene from earlier, but it is weird that I can basically loot their whole base in front of them with no problems. Barrett is back on the team and we head back to Constellation, and they were worried sick.
Barrett, you're worried sick.
See, they were worried sick.
The most pressing issue must now be addressed. We need that space buggy. I dropped 15k, no problem, and I notice it just spawns in the city immediately. This seems reckless, but I take it for a joyride.
Wait, what?
And well, it was reckless. I do learn that this thing has comical boosts, and after nearly clearing out this district of Jemison, it turns out it was all just a dream once again.
Hey, you
I did not even know that. That is so sad.
finally awake.
At this point, I need to lock back in.
I head out to loosely follow the main story again. I meet another member of the team, and I stumble upon another area that makes me
Ah, yes. Her name is... I forgot her name. She's an idiot, okay? Her whole spiel is that she doesn't have emotions because she's from House Varun, and House Varun does not have human emotions. Even though they constantly display human emotions. Make it make sense. I mean... Okay, listen, I'm not gonna lie, that's probably not even Bethesda's most egregious storytelling or writing or plot hole. The fact that the people who should not have emotions have emotions and it's very obvious. Hey, at least Bethesda at least Bethesda tried for a moment, okay? I can't even be mad at that. At least Bethesda tried to make them special. And they did. In the expansion, they made their whole society retarded and it was glorious.
pulled my hair out. No joke, I run around this cave like 6 times trying to figure out where I need to go. Please make some form of minimap accessible inside these places. Not only does the cave roughly all look the same, it's dark, so everything is blending together. This called
Oh, this cave looks the same. This is one of the unique locations, okay, buddy?
culminates in me losing
It
my
gets worse.
mind.
At this point, I'm hitting a breaking point with Starfield. Not only are the surface level maps surface level, the UI and the loading screens are really starting to get to me.
These quests have
Yeah, the UI is horrible, and it's quite funny because the thing that's really special about Starfield is the fact that they copied, obviously, Fallout 4's UI system, looting system, and inventory system, but somehow it's worse. They made it worse. They removed all of the detail that actually was given to you in previous Bethesda games in the menus. They copied a 1-for-1 the Fallout 4 looting system, yet made it worse by removing information. If you're gonna pick up something that's gonna make you over encumbered, you have no idea. You need to constantly know what's your weight, otherwise you're gonna pick up something and congratulations, over encumbered. It's great. It's absolutely great.
me hopping from station to station in different galaxies to speak to people, and there's like 15 loading screens in between. Also, if I'm on a planet's surface, when I open up the map, just show the planet's surface first. The fact
I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna talk about the fact that I'm not even gonna talk about the fact that the loading screens, the average literal 5 to 6 loading screens that a person needs to go through if they're an average player who has optimized questing, which makes the game even more drier, by the way, if you do. And this is something new, by the way. Look at this map. Not that it has new locations, like hell I would actually know if these locations are new or whatnot. But it seems they have almost fixed the grid problem. Oh no, wait, no, it's still here. Oh no! Wait, did they actually change the pattern of trees? Because I did not recognize this instantaneously, but previously Starfield had a very obvious problem. When you open the map, you understand, wait a minute, there's no RNG in map generation. It's just spacing. And I mean, looking at this, I think the problem is still there, but it's improved a bit, maybe? I'm not sure. It's hard to tell, but look at this. Maybe it's because it's mountainy, I can't tell. But look at this. I didn't even notice that I started to look at the rocks. Typically, every Starfield map, you could notice a grid pattern like this and this. But now I don't see it, but I'm like now, oh, wait a minute. Did they just move it so it goes like this? You know, instead of horizontal and vertical, it's now It's now whatever you call that. Because look at this. This rock pattern does not go like this. It goes like this now. It's still the same. So, what the fuck is this? Did they actually change it, or what's happening here? Because yeah, you can see that the piles of rocks are spaced exactly pretty much the same. There's sometimes like slight deviations, but they're pretty much just in a grid pattern, and that's it. This is horrible. And it seems like that's still the case. Now it's only like this instead of being like this. Interesting.
That I have to manually re-click planet surface every time I'm getting a bearing is frustrating beyond belief. Plus, in a game that is so attached to forcing you into loading screens and fast travel, the fact that to go to a base on another planet I need to fast travel to orbit of that planet, then land, is silly, as it forces me to deal with 2 separate loading screens.
Well, if you have a quest there, you can actually just click fast travel to quest. That's gonna save you 3 loading screens.
If we can't do the No Man's Sky seamless...
Not that that's gonna honestly make the game a better experience, but at least that does save it.
As I was getting near the 15-hour mark of Starfield, I was struggling. I happened upon a space casino. This place looked huge, but inside...
Oh god, not the space casino. Anyway, let's hear a little bit of the final thoughts. Is the video title clickbait, or is it not? Because the title says that this should be a Starfield bad video, but we don't really know.
I came into this experience with one goal. Outside of the main story and faction quests, had Starfield improved the aspects that hurt its mass appeal nearly 3 years ago? And
No.
after 15 hours, I have to say, I really don't think so. I think Bethesda wanted
Yeah, that's... I mean, I don't think you needed to spend 15 hours playing this slop, my dude, but... I mean, at least we got to the right conclusion. Anyway, that was Crawl Space. 10 out of 10. Bye.